Good morning, guys. Welcome back to More with Morrows. Welcome back to part 3 of the DIY living room makeover. Now today we are going to be finishing this whole DIY project. It may take today and a little bit tomorrow, but we're going to get this finished. So what we have left is, with the rock itself, is to take the rock the rest of the way up to the line that I have right there. And then after we get to right here, we're going to go from rock to shiplap, and we're going to take shiplap the rest of the way up the wall. Now I have taken several trips to Lowe's for this, but I'm taking a trip this morning to Lowe's to return some things, and then hopefully, crossing my fingers, once I get all of that done, I'll be able to come in and get as much as I can done with this project this morning. All right, you guys, so just a little bit of an update. We went to Lowe's, we got another box, and the box is scattered all right here. That is what I have left over. But we are well on our way to completing this project. Now, these are not glued down yet. I am getting ready to set up time-lapse footage for you guys. Like I said earlier, we're gonna make it to here, and I might push it up another 4 inches, but we'll see. So I just walked over there to get the tripod. I'm gonna go back over here and set it up, and I'm gonna get my caulk gun and my liquid nail. Definitely have to have that. I'm gonna start putting some of these rocks up and get a little time lapse. And then I'm gonna go back to playing Tetris. This is one big game of Tetris. All right, so we got everything finished. Ooh, let me make sure it's straight. All right, so we got everything finished with the rock today. And if you can't tell, I went ahead and marked the center of the wall for a herringbone pattern shiplap. That's right, herringbone pattern shiplap. That's going to be, that's a mouthful, and it's also going to be pretty difficult, but we already have an idea of the way we want to start this. If you can't tell by my little drawings on the wall, this one was like not center, so I was like, nah, that's out. But we ended up
figuring out that you do your center, you draw your center of your wall first, and then you do your first angle of however long the board that you want or tile, and you cut it at a 45 on both sides. And then you work your way up and expand your way out. Seems simple enough. That's pretty much what I said when I started this rock project. So I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. It can't be that hard. Well, it was pretty challenging, and I'm excited to say that it is finished, and I am not touching this anymore.
Day 3.
All right, guys, so it is the next day, and we're going to start tackling the wall here. I'm going to go get everything set up, and then I'm going to start taking a few measurements, and then we'll see you when we're cutting. See, oh, this is like perfect height. I can be on a knee and kind of talk. So what we ended up doing, thanks to Brittany's great idea, was putting spacers in between each board. That way, when we were talking about putting this up here, this herringbone pattern all the way to the ceiling, we were both kind of concerned about when we painted it, was it going to look right, or would you be able to tell that like it's that kind of a design? So we ended up getting some spacers that are basically for marble, and we're putting them in here. It's like, I'll have to give you guys the dimension. It's 1/32. So 1/32 is the spacer that we used for getting our gaps right. Now that did take a lot of time because I originally had everything up there without spacers, and I was like, yes, this looks great. And then once I took it down, I had to readjust everything. So I'll put that part of the time lapse in here where you can see me kind of like scratching my head, like what in the world happened. So one of the main reasons of why I wanted Brittany to paint before we put the boards up there is because when I did that before, like just putting the boards up in like the bathroom and the shelves, it really didn't look right. Like it had a lot of mismatched places. So I was like, all right, we'll paint them first and then put them up here. And I'm also not nailing these down, which I'm kind of surprised I'm not nailing them, but
did you nail everything?
Because I literally nail everything. But I ended up using some Gorilla Glue. Gorilla Glue makes an adhesive, like a construction grade adhesive that you can just slap on the wall, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah, it's kind of like liquid nails.
It's kind of like liquid nail, but like 10 times better.
It's not coming off. So.
It's not coming off, and that's what I ended up finishing the fireplace with, because I had a few issues with the bottom trim pieces of the fireplace. They were sliding. They really didn't want to stick because it was metal and masonry, and I really didn't know what to use until Google. Google helped a lot. I'm gonna stop talking so much, and I'm just gonna set this time lapse up.
One eternity later.
Look what's up there. So I have about 90% of the herringbone complete. All I have to do now is get Brittany to help me paint all of these pieces and then do my trim pieces. And that's almost going to be like the end of this. Now, I left this for a reason. I'm gonna go back and clean that up like a lot by the end of this video. One of the main reasons that I left those sunken in like that was for my TV. So when I go to plug everything in, it's not going to be hindered by the wall mount, which it was before. Over the course of the day, I have wanted to throw my tools down and say, that's it, I'm done.
But we are not quitters.
No, we're not finished. Even though Scar is not having a good day
Task
today.
ahead of me.
A big task ahead of us. We have to paint roughly 70 1x2s.
70.
Yeah.
It really doesn't look that much.
But it
up
is.
there.
There's 65 at the top, and then you got the little corner pieces.
We can do this.
Yep, we got this. Oh, there we go. We got a little drop cloth for our countertop. That way it doesn't get extremely nasty.
3,000 years later.
All right, guys. So it's been a while since we updated because this has become a pain in Frank's butt. It's honestly been what, day 5, day 4, working on this, just this part alone. So we've kind of been very sporadic with the filming because we've had to take some pieces down, we've had to repaint some pieces, recut. It's just been chaotic. So we've held off on filming until now because Frank is determined to get this done today. All day yesterday, I'm talking all day, from the minute he woke up till late at night, he had this top part all figured out. It was perfect fit all the way to the ceiling. We took it down to paint it, labeled them. I don't know what happened. One must have just got out of order because one
thing threw the whole
thing threw the whole thing off, so we had to
like,
get rid of those
honestly,
pieces.
And I'll just go ahead and say it. This is the piece where I messed up.
That's the piece?
Yeah, because look how it's off right there.
Oh, I see that.
And it threw the whole thing off. So today I worked on making everything that's going to be above the TV square.
Perfect,
So,
yeah, because the TV is
I'm
right
not
there.
taking this down. I'm done. That's.
I think I've heard the most cuss words that I have in one day yesterday. You've picked up momentum now. You're taking those pieces that you couldn't use and he's using them for the side over
I
here.
gotta skip that one.
One thing, so the boards, what size are these again?
1x2s.
1x2s. Okay, so we figured out the 1x2 wouldn't fit this triangle down here, and you had to get a 1x6 to make those little triangles down there.
Almost there. Like I'm almost.
Almost, guys. We're coming to the finish line. All right, so what's left to do? We have to paint the shiplap. You just got done.
Top, shiplap, put my shelves up, put my TV up.
Yes.
That's it.
I think that's it. And the mantle. I was trying to go through everything. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, you have to you filled in the nails. Oh, yes. We didn't talk about that. So we're going to be using that. I really like that. Shout out Dan if you're watching this.
Yeah, Dan, thank you.
Frank's friend suggested to get this for the side because originally we were just going to get like a corner piece, but I like that a lot better. That way this is flat and flushed, and then this is hiding the edges.
Yep.
I like that. And it's already painted.
Well, we'll
Look at that.
it.
We'll repaint it, but the other one, this is what he got before.
It was just too big. Because originally I was going to cut these an inch out and then go straight up the wall with it. And I called Dan and was like, dude, I feel like I'm about to do this wrong. He was like, go get you a 1x8 or an 1/8 inch thick board by about an inch wide. I'm still not finished, but I just went ahead and put up my TV wall mount just to see how it would look. And now I do have to put the rest of the little trim pieces inside for the wall mount, and I have to one trim piece at the top and then square everything off and put a small piece of, it's like a little cover, I guess. I don't know really how to say it. It's like an 1/8 of an inch thick. It's about an inch wide, and it's just going to run up the side of the fireplace and the shiplap. But here is how everything has turned out so far. Now I'm going to take a caulk line across the top. That way it looks even. And then, like I said, I'm going to finish the sides.
midnight.
So if you guys can't tell by the background noise, the TV's back up. At first, when I first got into this project, I was very, very unsure about how this was going to go, what direction I was going with, and even if I was going to like it. Once I got the fireplace finished, I was like, oh yeah, this looks great. And then come the very, very challenging part of doing the herringbone shiplap above the fireplace, which took me a week. A week's worth of working at the fire department for 24 hours, coming home, working from probably 10 o'clock in the morning to, what do you think, 6 or 7 at night? Mm-hmm. At least, I'm talking the minimum 6 or 7 at night. And then most of the times, 3 or 4 of the nights of that week, I was up till midnight like I am tonight. It is 12:30. And everything except for one thing is finished. And I cannot believe how well this turned out, because this took a lot of planning, a lot of work, and a lot of time, and a lot of patience.
And a lot of money.
And a lot of money. This did take a lot of money. But this has been like my biggest like building or renovation accomplishment. So
Over here stuffing my face.
So Brittany and I celebrated tonight, and we had ourselves some ice cream at 12:30
and beer.
At 12:30 and beer, yeah. So what we're going to do now is we're going to finish our ice cream. We are going to go to bed. I'm going to work tomorrow, but B is going to pick up the camera tomorrow. She's going to redecorate and show you guys the final, I guess, outcome.
I'll show them before and after.
Like a good before, yeah.
Before decorating.
But you're going to show them,
yeah.
but you're going to show them like what it looks like now, and then what it was going to look like when it's decorated. Now you guys have to keep in mind that the mantle for the fireplace, I have to build that. That is going to take some more time. When I put all of this together and finally put the TV up, it all come together for me. It all clicked. Everything looked very simple. The edges were nice, clean, sharp, and it was everything I could have thought about and more.
The next morning.
All right, guys, so it is the next day. Last time we talked to you was last night, and we talked about how we were going to show you what everything looked like before I decorated it, because I've already put everything back on there, like all the pictures and everything. But the reason why we didn't show it last night was because I wanted to get better lighting. So I'm about to show you guys some of the B-roll that I got earlier. About to insert the final reveal of the living room. Well, I guess it's technically not 100% final because we still need a mantle, but I mean, it's pretty much done. That's not going to take Frank long to do at all. So I'm going to go ahead and insert that and show you guys how it turned out. All right, so now I have everything decorated and back on the shelves. So I took somebody's advice. I can't remember if it was on this channel or our main channel, but before we had both of Frank's things on these two shelves, and then I had my things, well, I shouldn't say my things because it's family pictures, on that side. So what I did to balance it out was I put his stuff on like adjacent shelves and then mine on the opposite. Let me get over here and show you guys how it looks. And I can't wait to have the mantle. So just imagine one of those shelves, but not as big right there. Just imagine that. But I love how it turned out. It turned out amazing. I'm not gonna lie. There was a lot of times during the process where I was doubting it and I was like, I don't know if this is gonna turn out good. I don't know if I'm gonna love this. But now that we have everything together, I am in love. So the shelves are up. Shiplap was painted last night. This was finished last night. Also the side, and then the mantle's gonna go right here. We put the TV up last night, and then I just got done putting everything else on the shelves. But you guys will definitely have to let me know how you like it in the comments down below. I feel like it looks kind of weird still without the mantle. It's throwing me off, but I still love, because I'm envisioning it in my head. I'm like picturing in my head how it looks. Oh, wait. The only way to make this complete right now is to have the fire. Now it's complete with the fire. But you guys, I'm not gonna make this outro super long because this video is already really long. Oh my gosh, Nolan. He turned on the dance time. Let's celebrate because it's finally done. Oh my gosh, I can have my house back now. The table is finally clear. Mine is the stuff that's supposed to go on the mantle. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this 3-part living room makeover. But yeah, I think he's gonna take a break from the DIYs for just a little bit, because I think it took a lot out of him. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in our next one. Bye guys.